What's up? How you doing? In 1905, my great-grandmother worked at Paragon Park selling tickets for the roller coaster ride. In 1905, my great-grandfather worked at Paragon Park on the outside on the sidewalk in a booth, shaving people. I think he charged a nickel or something back then, plus tips. And he shaved you with a straight edge. Very close shave. Wasn't that busy, but apparently he made enough money to pay the rent and put food on the table. Every day after work, he would go into Paragon Park, stand in line, and buy a ticket for the roller coaster ride for my great-grandmother. He's a big fan of the roller coaster. Well, after doing that for a while, he made eye contact with her and asked her out on a date. They went out and bought some clams and they took a walk on the beach. And as they're walking and eating the clams, my great-grandmother noticed a couple of rocks on the ground that were identical. So they picked them up. She took one, put it in her pocketbook, and he took the other one, put it in his pocket. Well, time went by like it usually does, and they ended up getting married. And he got a better job. He ended up becoming a janitor. But not any old janitor. He got a job on the USS Cyclops. And they spent a lot of time apart because the Cyclops would go out onto the ocean and he wouldn't see her for a while. Well, one particular time, he said bye to her, and she didn't realize at the time that would be the last time she would see him. But it was March 1918. And he grabbed his mop, put on his outfit with the cap from Gilligan's Island, and he left. Well, the Cyclops disappeared March 1918. Probably sank or something. And she never saw him again. Now, my great-grandmother was born in 1885, and you fast forward through time to 1985, and she's out shopping at the mall. And she actually grew up. She was born in the house that she lived all her life in. So 1885, she was born in that house, and she lived there till she died. But that particular day that I'm speaking of, she went to the mall. She was gone all day, and when she returned with a couple of bags, her neighbor said, there was a guy here looking for you, ringing your doorbell. And she said, who? And she described him, said he was wearing a sailor's outfit, had a Gilligan's Island hat on, and he was on your front door ringing the doorbell for quite some time, and he left. She goes, I don't know anybody like that. And as she's telling the neighbor this, she looks down on the step, and on the step there's a rock. And the rock is the same one she has in her pocketbook that she pulls out and looks at, and it's a match. And she goes, the only other person that had this is my husband, who died in March of 1918. So when she called us to tell us a story, she thought that possibly what had happened is gravitational time dilation. That's the only thing that she could come up with to explain why this person that showed up at her front door was her husband. Gravitational time dilation. And she died 3 days later. So we don't know if that impacted her that much that she died, but we never saw anybody show up afterwards dressed up as a sailor. So we don't know. We don't know. It's one of those hidden mysteries of life. Probably will never get answered, but that's what happened in 1985.